everybody, it's Friday, November 5th, oh yeah. Before I get into the markets, and by the way, everything was at a new all-time record high again today. We got a lot of good news on that front, on the economic front. I'm going to talk about that, but first I just want to express my heartfelt thank yous to so many of you, man. I was overwhelmed at all the nice comments that I received. Emails too. People emailed me, you know, just offering me encouragement and solace, and it just like I really appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't, you know, like I think about that video I made yesterday. I don't even know why I made that video. I just felt like talking, and like I mentioned, you know, sometimes it just helps to talk. I mean, I'm just like, I'm talking into a camera here, right? But there's real people on the other side listening to this stuff. And you know, I never know how to gauge it. I mean, I know like I don't have like a huge following or anything. And a lot of times, you know, we get some of these snide and sarcastic and nasty sometimes comments, but what came out of that, I mean, it just blew me away. It blew me away, and it made me feel like, man, I don't know, I'm lucky. Like, a lot of you people, like we're, you know, I mean, I have you, and I realize that now, and that's, you know, that's so important, and that's such a rare thing. And I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it so much. Like, you know, I wasn't even expecting to read any comments. I just made that video because like I was in a funk. I was down, I was feeling down, and I just, you know, I needed to talk, man. And I just, you know, spoke into the camera, and then many of you replied, and it was so nice. And I got personal emails and people offering all kinds of support and comfort, and it's just a great thing, man. I love all of you, really, I do. And, you know, I think people basically are good. They're good. They want to help. They want to, you know, I mean, they're just like, I think people are basically good in their hearts. You know, we do get a lot of nasty and critical comments on here. And maybe, look, I'll be honest, maybe a lot of times I overreact. I'm a little bit hot-headed. You know, I can be. I have that kind of personality. I hit back if I get hit. So anyway, I just want to thank all of you again because it was awesome. It was freaking awesome. You're all the best. You're all fucking fantastic, and I fucking love all of you. I really do. All right, let's talk about the markets, right? Hey, yeah, all right. So new all-time highs across the board. We got some really cool stocks moving that were a long time sort of like off the radar screen. Then you got Macy's, right? You got Ford. Now these are positions that I've had for a long time. Airbnb shot up. I bought it the other day when it was dipping down at like 171 or 172. It's over 200. So some of these stocks that have kind of been lagging for a while, I mean, they're really starting to take off. And that's good. I like the looks of that, and I think it also factors in with what I've been telling you about a new credit impulse. Like I got the numbers right now. I just looked them up for the week ending October 27th. And again, that was another week when we had a small build in bank reserves. So you would think that bank reserve build would impede or slow down lending, but we had another big increase in loans. You know, loans were up. Credit card loans now at the highest level in 19 months, growing at the fastest level in 20 months. Real estate loans at an all-time record high and growing at the fastest rate in a year. And here's something interesting. You got to listen to this one. I thought it was very interesting. we're now starting to see commercial and industrial loans. Like these were the hardest hit in the pandemic. These really went into contraction. You know, banks are not extending credit. These loans, let me just say, commercial and industrial loans ordinarily go toward financing inventory. And when we had the supply shortages and the supply chain disruptions and things were shut down and the economy was, you know, negatively impacted, you're not going to get a lot of banks financing. Not necessarily that they don't want to. It wasn't a question of the banks not wanting to finance inventory, but like the companies that would reach out to the banks for credit to finance inventories, they're like, there's nothing to finance. There's no inventory anywhere. We can't source anything. We can't get anything. So here's what I'm saying. The fact that these loans are starting to increase now, that's a good sign. That's a sign that I think says we're starting to turn a corner on this supply disruption situation. I mean, companies now are tapping credit at the banks for inventory rebuild. And again, this commercial and industrial loans, keep an eye on that, man, because those things are starting to go up. And that is an early indicator, I think, that we're turning the corner on the supply situation, and that is a positive. That is a positive in many ways. It's a positive for corporate profits. It's a positive. It's a big positive for the whole inflation, you know, story. Like not having stuff has been one of the reasons that prices have been bid up. But as supply starts to come back into the picture, you get it, right? You understand. I mean, that is going to be a powerful, I think, a powerful mitigating force for, you know, prices. It's going to keep prices under control. It's going to bring prices down. So that's good. Fiscal flows, man, still looking good at around the 10-day average of the daily flows at 29.3 billion. That's a good number. That's a really good number. Now, I don't think it's going to stay that high, like 29.3. So we're talking around times 20 days, 20 statement days at 600 billion. That's a 600 billion a month. So basically that would put us back to, September. And that makes sense because October is when, you know, Yellen really had to clamp down with all the extraordinary measures and stuff like that. I mean, that's where we should be, around 600 billion. And again, like I've been saying, we don't have a budget. We're running on a continuing resolution, which is basically spending at the prior fiscal year level. All right. And usually what you're going to see in a new budget is some increases. So we're looking good all around. Now, this morning I did send out an email saying some of these sentiment indicators, like the put-call ratio, we had a couple of days this week, it was in the 0.6s. That's low. So that would be a little bit indicative of, you know, some frothiness or whatever. I don't think it matters that much. I mean, you have a monetary environment, both the fiscal and the credit, the bank credit situation that's very supportive. So whatever little pullback you get, I mean, don't expect like some kind of big pullback. And, you know, I know a lot of people, they were predicting, oh, now the Fed is tapered. They're tapering. There's going to be a crash. There's going to be the biggest crash in my lifetime. There's not going to be a crash. Gold was up strong today. I talked about this. I'm like, you know what? They sold the gold yesterday because like, oh my God, it's taper. We got to sell the gold. No, I mean, it is exactly the opposite effect. I explained that in my earlier video, my morning video. Some of you like my morning videos. They're a little bit different than these, a little bit more casual, I guess, whatever. Gold did the right thing. Gold did the right thing, and I suspect that the long correction, I mean, well, we've been like in a correction in gold since, geez, like last July 2020. So, I mean, man, you know, what, 16 months or something like that? I think we can start heading back up. I do. So that's the picture. It's looking pretty good. Bank credit is good. Fiscal is good. I will just remind you once again, and I'm not overly concerned with this, but it is something, you know, out there a little bit on the horizon. We got the December 3rd date that we have to keep in mind, because again, all the bullshit starts again with the fucking, you know, you got to raise the debt ceiling and a continuing resolution, or hopefully they get a budget. And, you know, I mean, I don't have to explain it to you. It's the same nonsense over and over and over again, but hopefully we get through that. If we get through that, if we get a budget, I mean, we're looking good. We're looking really good. And I said, look, I mean, I don't remember the exact date that I made the video or videos saying, look, we are in a bull market at least until the midterm elections in 2022, which at that point, if we get a change in power in Congress, you know, that's really the only scenario that I can see potentially where things get really disrupted in terms of the fiscal, in terms of like the really important stuff. I said this a long time ago. I said this when, you know, when Biden was, and I'm not making any, you know, this is not me, you know, talking in favor of Biden or against him. It's that has nothing to do with it. I said when he was inaugurated, we're good until the midterm elections, and we could be good until the next presidential election. But the midterm election was like the first thing really where there was the potential, if there was a big shift in the power structure in Congress, new policies, whatever it is, we'll have to see. But we're good. We're good. So you buy every dip, all right? I like these stocks like Ford. You know, Ford could be a hot one, man. You know, they got the electric vehicles. They got the F-150 Lightning. The F-150 is the most popular vehicle, bar none, in the United States. And now it's electric, I think, with 12,000 pounds of towing power. That's like unbelievable. Unbelievable. So anyway, that's it for today, folks. Go enjoy your Friday. I love all of you. I love all of you. Thank you so much for the nice comments and the emails. I mean, you guys, you're great. You're so freaking great, man. Really. I feel honored now that you are with me, that you are here, that I have you. Like, it's awesome. Have a good one, everybody. Maybe I'll make a video tomorrow. Take care. Bye.